Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post, man, you already know the vibes. And I'm back at you with your SmackDown review. And this is a special edition of SmackDown. This is the tribute to the troops episode where the World Wrestling Federation pays tribute to the United States military. You know, they do this once a year. And I didn't realize that they've been doing this for 20 years. So, you know, shout out to WWE for, you know, continuing to, you know, pay respects to the United States military. So that's always a good look. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the thing that, you know, the thing that people are gonna be talking about this episode the most, and that is, you already see the t-shirt. I gotta check my watch. It's clobbering time. It's CM Punk. He's making his return to Friday Night Smackdown. Cut a promo, and this is the second promo CM Punk has cut since he's returned to WWE. Now, the first one I reacted to, it was an okay promo. It caused a lot of discourse on the internet. You know, some people were like, let's just see where this goes. But a lot of other people were like, man, this promo kind of sucks. It's kind of mid, man. This isn't the CM Punk I know. Well, this promo he cut on SmackDown definitely made up for it. He got more time. His time wasn't cut short, as he mentioned in the promo. He said, you know, go ahead and chant for me, you know what I'm saying? My time's not short. I'm at the top of the 9 o'clock hour, so you can chant as much as you want. The people are going crazy. They're chanting for CM Punk. And, you know, CM Punk said it's not necessarily what I want to talk about. It's who I want to talk about. And, you know, he went full Festivus and started airing his grievances. He made reference to Roman Reigns and the tribal chief, Kevin Owens. He actually mentioned Kevin Owens by name. He just talked about a whole bunch of things. He even kind of loosely made mention to the whole brawl out situation and his whole situation at AEW, where he was talking about you know, how he wouldn't mind either tagging with or fighting Kevin Owens. And he said that Kevin Owens needs to calm down, because, you know, who wants to go around working with someone that punches people, their coworkers, in the backstage? You know, it's 2023. And he kind of just winked and nudged at the camera, but we all knew what he was talking about. And he's mentioning all these people by name: Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. But there's one specific person he talked about that he didn't really mention by his name. Now, we kind of figured out it was Seth Rollins, because, you know, the crowd started doing the Seth Rollins song. He's saying, yeah, go on and sing a song. That's the only thing he's known for. And it's like, oh. And then he said, he made mention how he's not even the man in his old household. And I'm like, oh. So, you know, as much as, you know, CM Punk mentioned Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens and all these other people, he didn't mention Seth Rollins. And I feel like that's going to be the feud, man. That's going to be the money feud, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. CM Punk also mentioned the fact that he's here on SmackDown to hear out Nick Aldis, to hear out if he wants to sign him to SmackDown. He's going to talk to Shawn Michaels over the weekend if he's going to go with NXT. That's clearly not going to happen. And then he's going to make his decision this Monday on Monday Night Raw as to which brand he's going to sign with and who he's going to go with. It's pretty much going to be Raw because of what I just said, you know, the whole Seth Rollins thing. And now we're waiting to hear what old Sethy Poo has to say as far as these, you know, developments go, as far as what CM Punk has to say. So, yeah, man, this is the promo a lot of people really wanted from jump. This is the CM Punk people wanted, you know, the cheap shot, the shit talking, you know, just that vintage CM Punk. And as the night's going on, you see CM Punk walking around backstage. He's looking at the Bloodline locker room. He even comes face to face with Kevin Owens. He's like, hey, Kevin, do you know where Nick Aldis' office is? And Kevin's like, nope. And he walks away. CM Punk even came face to face with Cody Rhodes. They shook hands. And Cody was like, hey, man, you want to finish your story in main event WrestleMania? That means you got to win the Royal Rumble. And CM Punk's like, yep. And Cody's like, yeah, that's interesting. So, you know, that could be a thing going forward. But, you know, it is good to see CM Punk. He even went pulled up on Randy Orton and LA Knight. So, you know, he's making waves, man. He's the topic of conversation as always. Good old CM Punk. As far as the actual episode of SmackDown goes, it kicked it off with Santos Escobar taking on Dragon Lee, and this is the continuing United States Championship tournament to see who will be the #1 contender to face Logan Paul in the future for that United States Championship. And you even had old dirty Dominic Mysterio coming out to run interference, because tomorrow night Dominic and Dragon Lee are going to wrestle for the NXT North American Championship. Now real quick, I didn't get a chance to talk about this because I was tired and I didn't do an NXT review. But I do want to send my prayers to Wesley, who's going to be dealing with back surgery. I've had back surgery before. It sucks. It's a bitch. And they said his recovery time is going to be 8 to 12 months, which is pretty accurate because that's how long it took me to recover from my back surgery. They said it was going to take me a year to, be able to do anything physical. And, I'm not a wrestler, I'm just a regular dude. So as far as, Wesley goes with his recovery time and being able to work out and train and take bumps and everything, it's going to be tough. But my prayers are with you, Wesley, man. Good luck to you, buddy. But yeah, man, like I said, it's going to be Dragon Lee, Wesley's brother, taking on Dominic Mysterio tomorrow night on Deadline. And surprisingly, there wasn't really any shenanigans. Wasn't too much outside interference. Dominic was just there to watch the Dragon Lee match, and he didn't really interfere like that. It was a clean win from Santos Escobar, who advances. But after the match, you had Dominic Mysterio attack Dragon Lee, and he even spit on him. So, quick prediction: I think Dragon Lee is going to ultimately win and beat Dominic Mysterio for that North American Championship, because they've wrestled before and Dominic's out the better of him. So I figure, it's Dragon Lee's time to hold some gold, especially if it's the NXT North American Championship. And I can kind of see this being like a modern day Rey and Eddie Guerrero type feud, but that would be pretty cool to see. So like I mentioned, Cody Rhodes was on this show. He came out and talked about how much the Tribute to the Troops show meant to him, and how much the troops themselves meant to Cody Rhodes. And they went over the history of Tribute to the Troops, and they even brought out the Fort Myers drill team. So that was pretty cool. They were flipping and doing gun kata and whatever. So that was a pretty cool thing to see. So after this, speaking of the United States military, we have Bobby Lashley taking on Karrion Kross, who I totally forgot worked for WWE. Again, this is another match in the United States Championship tournament, and even though it went through a commercial, it was a pretty quick match. Karrion Kross wrestled for the first time on television since August, and he got beat in a 5-minute squash match. So sucks for you, Karrion Kross, but Bobby Lashley advances, and the people are cheering for Bobby Lashley. Like, they wanted this man to be heel so bad, but it's not really working, man. People love Big Bob too much, man. It's Bobby Lashley. We love and respect this man. So, just keep the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley heels, man. Or not necessarily heels, but faces. Because we don't want to boo these dudes, man. They're too cool. We respect them too much, man. They respect the grind. So after this, we have a backstage segment with Damage Control minus Bayley. They're getting Asuka ready for her match against Charlotte Flair. Bayley pulls up out of nowhere, and the mood just changes. Bayley's the one that's being left out of the group chat. They don't really mess with her like that. It's like, why are you here? Dakota's kind of like the mediator. She's like the person in the middle, kind of like trying to bridge. She's like trying to play peacemaker, but Asuka and the gang, they don't really mess with being like that. And they say, listen, just stay back here. We're going to go out there with Asuka and, get her ready for a match. So this leads us to Asuka versus Charlotte Flair, a WrestleMania rematch, ladies and gentlemen. And, as Damage Control is coming out, Asuka and Charlotte are in the ring. And then out of nowhere, Mia Yim and Selena Vega pull up, and then Shotzi and Bianca, they pull up and they start putting the beats to Damage Control. They get them out of there, and then for the most part, it's a one-on-one match between Asuka and Charlotte. And for the most part, it was a good match. The one thing is, Charlotte always goes for that top rope moonsault, and she never ever hits it. I just give up that move altogether, because it's like once every 6 months that she actually hits that move. But yeah, man, and unfortunately, it looks like Charlotte is injured, because I don't know exactly when or how this happened, but Charlotte looked like she was favoring her leg and her knee a little bit, like she was kind of limping a little bit. And you kind of notice that even though she was trying to put on the figure 8, it was kind of like weird how she was doing it. And then Bayley pulled up out of nowhere and kind of ran interference and was a distraction and ended up getting Asuka the win. So surprising myself, I was thinking that Charlotte was gonna win, and this would further the whole damage control versus Bayley type thing. But Bayley actually did a good thing, and she's like, yeah, I did it, I'm the greatest, But prayers up for Charlotte, man. Hopefully this injury isn't too serious. It's not too bad. And, she doesn't have to miss any significant time. But, that sucks, man. So now we have our main event. It's a tag team match. The Bloodline taking on Randy Orton and LA Knight. And earlier in the night, you had Randy Orton talking to Nick Aldis. And he pays his fine for, hitting Nick Aldis with the RKO. And Nick Aldis is like, yo, this is a $50,000 fine. Why are you giving me $100,000? And Randy's like, yo, that's just for the future, man, for stuff I might do. So that's like, oh, Randy. And another thing he said that was funny was like, yo, you got me teaming with LA Knight. I don't even know who this guy is. I didn't know him till like a week ago, so I don't know who this guy is. So this leads us to our tag team match. And it was a fun main event match. It kind of felt like a house show. Jimmy Uso remains the most unserious man in all sports entertainment. So Sikoa has kick pads on. He's not barefoot anymore. And it looked a little weird, but hey, it is what it is. Change is pretty cool sometimes. And Randy and LA Knight ended up getting the win. Randy hit the RKO on Jimmy. And it was also announced that the tribal chief Roman Reigns is returning next week. And it's going to be interesting to see what Roman Reigns has to say about, Jimmy taking loss after loss after loss. And on top of that, CM Punk mentioned this man's name. He mentioned the tribal chief. He even mentioned the wise man. So, who knows what Roman Reigns will have to say as these developments continue to develop. But with that being said, man, SmackDown was an overall fun show. The absolute best part was CM Punk's promo. And it was a good cause for the troops. And it was a very fun show. So for that, it gets the honorary W. Let me know what you guys think of this episode in the comment section below. What did you think of CM Punk's promo? For the shits and giggles, what brand do you think CM Punk's gonna go on? Do you think it's gonna be on Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night Smackdown, on NXT? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, subscribe. You guys take care of these. I'm out. Peace.